Hello, much love and light. I'm going to take a moment to let there be silence. Hello, much love and light. How is everyone doing today? I am Mahatma Starseed, and I'm going to share a little bit about myself before I start talking more about holistic living and the benefits. So, my notes. So, for many of you, Mahatma may be the first time that is coming into your frequency, and a lot of you already have an idea of what Starseed is. So this is my spirit name. My born name, my given name is Marjorie Monperus, and I understand that to be the body form of me in this existence. And my spirit name is Mahatma Starseed. Mahatma basically stands for the Great Soul Liberator. So my spirit speaks to me about helping to cleanse others of their mental conditioning that is not successfully valuing their everyday life. So as a holistic business coach, I'm here to share the benefits and the step-by-step process of what you would be experiencing to fully step into your spirit and live a holistic lifestyle. So now that I've given you a little bit more about my name, I am 36 years young, and I have been on a healing tour with my partner. His name is Sarah Hall on Mindsets. And we've been on a demystifying awareness tour for the past 6 months, and we've been helping others to heal the conversation and really just open up and realize what it is they're looking to experience. The way that I got to being in this purpose was I always saw myself as a motivational speaker, and I knew that I had the guidance that others needed to learn. A lot of individuals would come to me and say, wow, you really explained this to me great. You should really be a teacher. And I'm over here in the accounting profession, and I absolutely was nowhere near being a teacher. But down the road of learning to incorporate my motivational mindset, I learned to incorporate my health in my life. And then I started learning to incorporate my spiritual aspect of myself in the totality of my life. And this is where we step into the holistic living. So before I started this authentic journey, I was very motivated, very happy person, but ultimately my body, my physical body that you see, didn't look healthy. My aura was easily broken through because I didn't have the rituals set in place for me to be protected and guided daily. So now that I am in my authentic journey and living through the experience of my spirits, I require myself to not only live consciously, but to speak to others consciously, to engage with others consciously, and allow them to be a part of my conscious experience. Much love and light. Thank you for everyone that is saying hello. I appreciate you all for showing up today and being a part of this frequency. Just know that you are a stellar light. Stellar. And we are all here to shine our authentic frequency. Technology. Take a moment, ring a bell, take a breath. Much love and light, my beautiful friends. Please share this with those on your timeline so that they can become energetically driven as well. So during my authentic journey, I I really took the time to be able to incorporate my authentic way of expressing how beautiful my life is. So I took that and I slowly maturated it into my step-by-step process of being an entrepreneur, a business. And the way that it looks, it could look very different. I mean, it did look very different. It does look very different. But we are not here to adhere to any status quo that has already been here, unless it's coming from your authentic self and it's going to help shift the dynamic of our status quo that we're already experiencing. So we want to know that difference. So I'm going to take a break. I feel all of the energy coming in and flooding. Is while you're watching this, allow yourself to just relax and breathe and know that you are safe and you are honoring yourself right now by tuning in to the Conscious Collective. So being able to incorporate every part of my spirit into my brand is something that I value and I honor daily. And the way that looks is just being able to set things in motions in the time frames that feel right for you, where you don't feel rushed, where you don't feel like you're slowing down too much for someone else, where it feels right. So sometimes we can make a choice in our authentic way of being within the day. And sometimes these choices of incorporating our authentic spirit, it takes give yourself 3 days when you're looking to maturate something new into your way of being and to others around you. And then at the same time, be compassionate that others are just learning the new you. And this is your chance to be your authentic self and respond to them with the patience that others haven't had for them. So when you're getting to a point of frustration, or you're feeling very flustered, sweaty, that is your spotlight. That's your time to take your breath. That's your time to breathe. And I've realized that when I was making my decisions of how am I going to market myself, how am I going to engage with my clients, how am I going to offer them the highest value for the most efficient price, and it really goes based upon what your spirit message is. So my spirit message is to love yourself holistically. And that means incorporating your family into your business. That means understanding who your family is. Pardon me, excuse me. Take a breath. That also goes with learning to incorporate the non-physical energies that are engaging with you, which are your spirit guides, which are your ancestors, which is your source, your connector, aka God, universe, source, however you call that which is greater than. We want to be able to incorporate that as well. We shouldn't feel like any part of ourselves should be left in the dark. And now I know that there's some things that we want to keep sacred, but it's not necessarily kept in the dark. So we want to create that clear understanding. Am I putting this as a sacred moment, or am I putting it as in the dark moment? Because in the dark moment gets mixed in with all the other things that you see as being dark, and then it gets really confusing as to, should I be engaging this? Should I not be engaging this? There's really so much to share, but with this now moment, I would really like to just express to you the most healthiest way that you can change your standards, where what you experience matters first, and then automatically it's going to unfold to others around you. So first, let's take a breath. This is how I've incorporated in my life and in my business to always taking a breath. Breath is prana. Breath is life. Breath is new. So if you're feeling old and dragged, guess what? Taking a breath will definitely provide you with a new, renewed source of empowerment in life. So take a breath with me. So before I go into these steps of what, as a holistic coach, I offer to help you walk through, I would like for the audience to just share with me, how much do you require yourself to take divine deep breaths? Once a day, several times a day, not really on your mind like that, or you think you're breathing all the time? These are questions that are very important for you to ask yourself. If you don't ask yourself what you're doing, how do you know you're doing it intentionally versus it being a program that was told to you at an age that you did not have an awareness that you have now? This is what we're shifting out of. This is what we're shifting to become more enlightened of. What is meant for me and what was taught to me. So the basis of the steps that you get to walk through. Oh, awesome. Thank you, Catherine. Several times a day. It helps. I have reminders that are set on my phone. Yes. So I have reminders that remind me to ring my bell 3 times a day. And this is my bell right here. And if I've already rang my bell within the time of the reminder, I allow myself to let that be sufficient. Allowing myself to know that I am doing the work. And if I meet myself before I've checked myself, then I don't need to check myself again. I give myself a break and I relax. It's so important. The English language, for me, I like to let people know it's a transit language. It allows us to effortlessly translate between the different dialects. However, it doesn't actually give us the space to effectively breathe. So while we're speaking in engagement, we have to allow ourselves to have full abdominal breath, fully expand the lungs, remove those things that do not serve us sitting in the body. It's just like needing to go to the bathroom. We should be relieving our urine in our body at least every hour, because urine is the release of toxins. And the quicker you get a toxin out of your body, the quicker that you can feel refreshed. So you want to be able to look at those processes that you innately have. And these are free things that you can take and grab at any given moment that you would like. You can drink a lot of water to release. You can exhale your breath, and there's so many different breathing exercises, might I add, that you can really learn how to strengthen your Kundalini energy, really dive into your masculine and feminine energy, creating this total balance of I am the experience. I am walking in my truth, and I am accepting my balance. Whether I teeter-totter, I am here to support my experience. So these are the steps of how I get to engage with you and others that I've already engaged with holistically. I help you move from a conditioned mindset to an empowered mindset. This also helps you to increase the value of your daily engagements. You're going to see people respond to you immediately different because you will be responding outside of the programming. So it's going to trigger those that have a conditioned mindset. So you will be automatically stepping into your authenticity just by increasing the value of your engagement. The next part of engaging in holistic living is that this shift is going to help you break free from any of those poor programming, aka generational curses of bad habits, poor habits, and it's going to help you take some accountability. And what about that accountability? Now, I am so much a big, huge cheerleader for coaches. Hello, aka I am a coach. So I'm going to let you know that I ensure myself to be coached once a year because I know how vital it is to be coached. And I tell people all the time, I want to coach people that already know what they want because they are the easiest people to help catapult them beyond what they even were considering of having. Because they get it. They get that their awareness matters and their consistency matters. And I, for one, love to be pushed and I love to be accountable for myself. So putting someone in position to help me be accountable is me being accountable. There's no one outside of this situation that's requiring you to do this besides yourself. So every time you allow yourself to go through this type of accountability, just know that you are a strong being in your reality and you are the leader to set the standard of what it looks like to lead yourself. So we're here to not just remove things that don't serve us, we're here to empower ourselves and make it make sense on a day-to-day. And there's going to be a lot of things that you're going to want to ingest, and as you have someone help filter it for you and curate it, it's going to help empower you to move through and want to say, like, I can jump to this book and I can jump to this history because it's being guided for me and I'm allowing myself to be triggered effectively. Because I'm not going to just pick any coach. I'm going to pick a coach that I can feel authentic with. So, other ways to dive into this are we can definitely all do these things by ourselves. But you just have to take into account how long it takes for you to help yourself versus having a team of people to help you. So I want you to just consider building a house, a 1-bedroom house with a living room, a kitchen, a back room, and just the room, the 1 bedroom, right? How long would it take you to build this house by yourself from foundation up versus how long it would take you to build this house with 5 extra hands helping you? This is how you want to look at how you're building your holistic self. Do I have extra hands to help me require this to be completed within a realistic time frame that can be valuable for me immediately versus all the way down the line? So it could take me 1 year to build a house by myself, but if I add some hands to the building, I can reduce that year down to 3 months. So understanding that we have the ability to do the things, and we're not here to sell each other on things like we don't know how to do it. We're here to sell each other on things to create efficiency and effectability for our children, for our grandparents, for our parents, for our ancestors that fought for us to be here. A lot of people don't realize how much we fought for our freedom. Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you for appreciating the analogy. Yes, it is. Like, it's okay to get assistance from others. And the more you get the right assistance, you'll learn that anyone that's coming into your world is the assistance that you need. And you're just learning to see the special message that they have for you. And sometimes you're not going to get messages from people if they're written with poor programming. And you have to allow yourself to hear that, and allow yourself to say that this message will come back more clearer to me. And I hope that it's the person that's in front of me. If not, I hope that I am ready for the next message that comes to me and I can see through the programming. And being able to speak to your ancestors and pray and meditate throughout your day are how we are going to be able to see the divine messages that are within every bit of our moment, because this is our divine path. This is our divine choice. So I was saying this in a group the other day. If we're intelligent enough to portal into this body, I definitely believe that I was intelligent enough to pick how this body is going to look, to pick how my story is going to be played out. Because what I've learned being in this body with my spirit, I love detail. I love putting things in certain places. Like right now, I am on the middle of the highway traveling back across the United States. And instead of just having a bright light behind you, I put some colorful patterns behind there. And I've created the ways to allow my area, my space, to always feel like me, however I see fit, and however I can be authentic and show up for us. So it has been a remarkable journey. A greatly unfolding journey, and I've helped with my partner as well. We have helped well over 30 to 50 people in the physical to really just identify with their manifestation abilities. Their intentionality is key in order to be able to effectively manifest, and our words at every moment are speaking to our reality. And everything that you say to yourself today is building the details for you tomorrow. So if you feel happy and exuberant today, what setting are you going to wake up into tomorrow? Happy and exuberant. So we want to keep allowing ourselves to see the brighter picture. Even when we get a dark picture, it is our choice to see the variation of the darkness or the lightness. Because even in darkness, it's time to take a breath. Thank you. Much love and light to everyone. Heart splashes. Just know that even in the darkness is still a spectrum of light, and we need to be able to lighten the shade as much as we can. There's no part of this experience that cannot provide light, because without light we do not exist. There's no separation. So understand that the darkness is part of the spectrum, and how we perceive it will let us know how truly dark it is or how truly bright it is. Because I don't know about you, but I love a good black and white photo. Do you not? Color is great, but black and white in that right backdrop, it's beautiful, beautiful. So always know that color doesn't always have to be there for you to be able to see the color in your experience. So I'm going to give you like a basic time frame of how you can expect the transition, the shift to go for you. Once you start incorporating holistic living in your life, you're going to notice the process, the shift immediately. Once you start going into your holistic lifestyle, aka authentic way of being, You're going to notice that immediately, because immediately your spirit's going to be like, oh, you listened. You heard me. Thank you. And then for others in your life, it could be the same day, but typically they see it within the week. Those that need more believing, it takes them a month. And those that are a little bit more hard, it's over time. But it really, really depends on your ability to remain consistent and persistent. And to dose that up with some awesome practice of compassion during your reality shifts, because nothing is ever going to be easy without compassion. My body doesn't want anything but fruit lately. I can tell you, Amanda, that my body has been feeling the same way as well. When we eat outside food or cooked food, it definitely changed the mechanical makeup of our body. And once we start awakening our body, it tells you very quickly what it wants. Once you clean the slates, once you really clean the slate and really create a clear view of that your body's going to be able to speak to you, it's going to really drive you to what is most natural and effective and energetic for you. So I'm going to take a moment and take a breath. Our body relationship is our first partner that we must learn to love, because it is our only life partner. Our body is the only part of this experience that remains with us through the totality of our experience. I know a lot of us see our married partners as our life partner, but they did not come out with you out of the vagina. So they are not technically an official life partner. They're a life journey partner, maybe you can say, but a pure first partner is the love that you give to yourself. So self-love will be the highest part of driving into your holistic way of being, because self, aka yourself, love is aka authentic way of being, aka living. So the more self-love you practice, the quicker your shift will be. How do I make the shift when I live in a city that has so much black on black crime? So I'm going to take a breath to that. Crime is everywhere. Crime is everywhere, and when we start to look at how we can affect it, we want to ask ourselves, what crime is being brought to my attention, and how is it correlated to what I am being in my own experience? How much am I allowing myself to see only the crime? Because I know that crime seems like this big thing that happens every day, but it's like maybe about 20, you'll hear like 20 crimes in a week. When you live in a town of 30,000 people, is it really that much crime, or are we just being programmed to see all the crime? And then that's just one way of looking at it. That's the inner. So the outer way of looking at it is, how much are you requiring yourself to venture to new places, to different places that are going to give you a different energetic vibe for you to bring back? How much are you praying for those in your town? Are you any way incorporating yourself into the community and helping those that are coming up in there? Because we need assistance. We need community volunteers. We need people to get out there and spread the love. I've been on tour playing my flute as I go on walks in the park, When I see people, I practice my salutations differently. I say many blessings, much love and light. If they ask me how my day is, I give them an exuberant answer. I look to redefine the experience. And then I take appropriate steps to either move myself slowly out of it or slowly more into it. Because there's never nowhere that you're going to go that there is not crime. But what is it telling you and what is it making you feel? Because it could be sending you a message about what your divine purpose is. So I hope that gave you some clarity on how to work through your crime. And I only have I'm up on my 30, so I appreciate all of you for tuning in. Thank you very much. If you want to ask me any additional questions, Mahatma Starseed is my name. You can find me on Facebook, IG. I am also on YouTube. I post a lot of my lives. Elite Motivation 411. I have a link tree that has all of this, and my link tree is EM411. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning into this now moment and taking those divine breaths with me.